Hello people of the internet, it's Amanda, and if you're new here, I usually talk about Japanese pop culture, dramas, music, all those things, and at the same time I usually tap into other Asian pop culture topics as well. But for today's video, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things ever to talk about here on my channel, and that is number I. Now, if you've been following me for a while, then you would know that I've been making content about the members Sho, Kishi, and Jin ever since they were in Kimpuri, and then now with number I. So I'm making a point to just talk about them whenever they release something, whenever I'm excited about something related to them. They're coming to Coachella, which is one of the biggest surprises that I was really hoping for ever since they formed this new group, and it's just super exciting for me to watch the stream, actually just pay attention to Coachella for the first time aside from the fashion, and just really watch the streams because they're gonna be there under the 88 Rising Future set, so that's super cool. Now, moving away from that and just returning to the topic of Blow Your Cover, I've been waiting for this ever since they released the song lineup for GOAT. Like, I'm not kidding. If you follow me on Twitter or on X, you would know that I've been waiting for the Blow Your Cover music video since January. I've been constantly just asking for it, and I'm really happy that they finally released the music video. It's one of my favorite songs from the GOAT EP, and they've talked about it in previous radio shows or stuff like that, and I think even on their Spotify feature, where they mentioned that the vibe of this song is kind of like this erotic but also at the same time sad kind of vibe, with the feeling of, you know, you falling for someone or falling in love with someone, but the more that you go after them and chase after them, the more that they drift away. It's kind of like this unintentional feeling of falling for someone without any thought that you want to commit in the first place, but it happens and the other person is just not on the same page as you. Like, that's the entire vibe of Blow Your Cover, and I do think that really helped shape the story for this music video. Now, as a disclaimer, so as every fan does, I've watched a music video during the premiere, so this is not the first time that I'm watching and reacting to it, but that's how I usually do it for number I specific videos here on my channel. I watch it beforehand, try to gather my thoughts, because usually my thoughts are just zero when I watch their music videos, because of how overwhelmed I am as a fan. But I try as much as possible to just gather my thoughts, give it a couple of hours to create this video and to actually say something that makes sense. But yeah, so without further ado, let's just get to it. First off, if you're in this particular setting with Jinguji Yuta, why would you leave? They had no business putting Hirano Sho in a bathtub. Like, this is a crime for shotans everywhere. Like, this particular setting, why? And then there's Kishi. Okay, I absolutely love Kishi. I love it whenever they have Kishi act in music videos, or even, like, for example, the VTRs that they do. There's I Promise. I absolutely loved his acting in the I Promise music video. Lost in Love, where they had him like being angry and frustrated in that particular part of the VTR. But I like Kishi acting angry more than him crying. This feels so left, like, out of nowhere compared to the mood with Jin and Sho. So I was wondering why they went with a specific vibe for Kishi, but I guess they want to showcase more of his acting as well, which is fine. It just feels so kind of like surprising, given the mood of the first two scenes and then this. But yeah, I love you, Kishi. I like how they included how kind of like deep that feeling was though when he was crying. So I love this song so much. I love that the Blow Your Cover text looks like it's written in lipstick. I love that detail. Let's switch the captions to English just so for people who are watching this as well. I've been loving how their music videos are edited recently. I love this line. Again, it just adds that, like, it's no, they still talk about romance in a sense, but there's definitely a level of maturity that went into it now. A lot of more kind of like vivid imagery when it comes to that side of romance, where it's a little bit more intimate, sensual in a sense, and I really, really like that. Like before, obviously they've had they had songs back when they were in KP where like the melody is a bit provocative, but the lyrics is still kind of like playing safe in terms of like the romance aspect of things. But now they're adding more kind of like vividness to the lyricism of the songs, and I don't know, it's just something that I enjoy. I feel like they're at an age where they can really just play around with this kind of lyricism in their music, but without it being lewd or being, I don't know, without being not classy or anything like that. So just putting it out there. How to be this girl who has her head on Jin's shoulders though. I absolutely love that, like that editing, everything in this scene. So pretty. Now this choreography, I've seen in the Two Heroes concert and you know, in their live performance. So again, it's just so interesting to see how it is. Sorry. Going back to just this scene right here, it definitely reminds me of that scene in GOAT where like there's the statues covered at the back, and then now they have these, like it's they're live people, like the girls, the dancers, as their backdrop. But then at the same time, like it gives that similar vibe. I'm not sure if that's intentional or a callback to just the aesthetics of the GOAT music video, but I think that's just a really, really nice detail there. Also, I love that there's a difference in terms of the color palettes of GOAT, which is very, very bright and vivid, compared to here, where like that one has a lot of mood lighting, but it's really more dynamic. This one has a more enigmatic, cinematic feel to it. That feels very like loud and crisp, which matches the music video really well. But for this one, again, it's very moody. It feels like a movie in a sense, like it's not all bright, punchy colors, which matches the song really well. And I absolutely love, you know, just how this is. Jin's eyes, it's just, let's go back to that a little bit. I'm sorry, but the expression in these eyes is just so cute. And I think for this music video, if GOAT kind of like showcased how fun they are, how good they are when it comes to dancing, rapping, just exploring that different world out there. And I think for people who are just discovering them, you know, that's kind of like the boom that you want, is to surprise people. And then for Blow Your Cover, obviously I've been a fan for so long, so I know that they have this kind of like gap when it comes to what they can do and how diverse their sound is. But I think for newer people who are coming into this, especially given how so many reactions for GOAT that they received, and then people are curious as to what they're going to release after that, and they're going to see Blow Your Cover, it's such a good opportunity to showcase who they are as artists, and that to show that they're just not one note, that they're not just rapping, they also have vocal skills. They have some acting skills incorporated in this music video as well. And obviously the dancing is there, but it's a different kind of dance. This is more like again, this is sultrier. This is not very like dynamic as hip hop. This is R&B. And they can do these softer, more delicate movements as compared to how top level GOAT was. This is also another style that they can do, and I really love that they try to showcase that. And obviously, like for older fans such as myself, like we are familiar with this kind of like swing that they can do, but for newer people who are reacting to them, that helps in terms of discoverability when it comes to their music, or just coming into them and finding more about their discography. This is such an amazing gap to just show their versatility as artists, especially as someone quote unquote new to this field, even if they're not exactly new, but they're a new unit, new group. And with just these two releases, they were able to summarize their intent to show that they're not just sticking to doing one thing. And I absolutely love they're doing smart choices right now with where they're going with this, and I absolutely just love that. Absolutely love the girlies as well. The covered faces, again, it's more of this idea, them chasing after and trying to remove, the cover, blow your cover. I like how that is very literal in a sense that it really conveys how the more you try to unmask the person that you're falling for, falling in love with, the more distant they feel, like they're chasing after them. And in some of the scenes, you see them seeing the faces of the person that they're with, but every time they try to reach out or they're closer, they're touching, their faces are blocked out. It reminds me so much of just a lot of cinematic iterations of this. I wouldn't mention specific movies, but these has been done before in the sense of whenever a character feels very isolated or distant from this person or people that they're connecting with, like either their faces are blurred, faces that are looking at are blurred or distorted or anything like that. And I like that they were able to create an atmosphere that kind of like expresses that in the mood of the music video, which is, soft fabrics, women in uniform dresses, and at the same time having this cover that is delicate, but at the same time it obscures them from the vision of these three. And I don't know, again, I love the artistry. This feels like an experience as a music video. I didn't expect anything less from them, but I absolutely just love the way this turned out. I also love this part right here. Like, there's a tear, but then again, you can't see the other person's face. So they also, it kind of I think for me, my interpretation is this other person also wants to try to commit. It's just that they're not there yet. And that's the reason why there's this moment. With a line like Sho says that there is a wall between us. Again, it kind of reinforces that thought, that there is something there, but it's not being acknowledged. And again, this music video captures that emotion of frustration, of sadness, of wanting to go further but couldn't. And yeah, again, I absolutely love the choreography of this. The choreography is from Nopo-san of Shit Kings, who also did the choreography for Bounce back when they were in Kimpuri. And with Bounce, again, it shares the same element of sultriness, of sexiness, but that one is a little bit more a little bit more upbeat than this one. Obviously, like some of the elements, some of the vibes in terms of the curviness of the choreography is there. But again, two different types of songs or genres. But yeah, I just absolutely love. I've been wondering about like who did the choreography for this ever since I saw the Two Heroes choreo, Two Heroes version of this. But yeah. It looks so good in this music video. This part I wasn't expecting. Like I wasn't expecting to have a plot twist or anything. Again, it's so cinematic. I love it. And then there. Like, as soon as they unmask the person, everything falls apart. And there's this ringing sound to it. Like, you know how it is when the silence is too loud? Like, literally, that's how this feels like. Is this, as soon as you unmask the person, there's just this unexplained silence there that is so jarring. And they capture that really well in this particular scene with the ringing that you can hear. Like, it's not exactly that faint, but it's not that loud either. But it adds to kind of like the anxiety that the characters feel in the music video in this song. So let's go back a little bit. There, like there's that ringing there. You see, and as soon as they unmask the girls, like everything falls into chaos. You know, it gets even crazier than when they were chasing after them. I love it. This music video is an experience. If you're new here, by the way, I'm a shotan, just in case you can't tell. But they had no business putting him in that setting. Like, I'm sorry, but I wasn't prepared for this. Like, I know Blow Your Cover was going to have this vibe or anything. Wasn't prepared for, like, just why is this allowed? Why would they do this? It looks so good. This reminds me of my favorite look of him from Trace Trace. Length of his hair, silver. Let us admire Kishi Yuta's vocals in this particular part. Again, go back a little bit. I've always loved Kishi's vocals. I've talked about this endlessly here on my channel. I love all of their vocals. I just think, you know, Kishi definitely has one of the best vocals that I've heard in terms of the groups that I've sang. And he runs really well. He does, like, sustaining notes really, really well, and just adding, like, because sometimes when you hear someone sing and they're very straightforward in that particular note, it feels kind of like, plain. For some reason, Kishi's vocals has a lot of, it just his style, I think, adds to that, where it doesn't sound as flat, you know, whenever he does it, even if he just sustains a particular note. So love it. Actor Hirano Sho. I miss actor Hirano Sho. I didn't realize that it's been over a year and a half since I last saw him act, and that was in Kurosagi. I've always loved his acting. Eye acting in this particular scene. This is just a music video. And this isn't even like the full extent of his eye acting. I've talked about this endlessly before in my other videos of talking about his dramas, but and Jin as well, like the eye acting in this music video. Look at girl. I've seen this music video a couple of times since last night. Still not prepared for this. Still not over this. Still confused as to how I completely feel about this. Again, I want this to be as I'm in a loss for words right now. As much as I try to be as eloquent as I can in these music videos, sometimes moments like these, not good for what I want to achieve. He looks so good in this. Wait. I was talking about eye acting, how I absolutely love it. But and then that ending scene. Again, they had no business putting Sho in that bathtub scene. And that being like the central solo thing of his character. I don't know. But anyways, love that. It was worth waiting 4 months for that. I've been asking for this music video for so long, and I absolutely loved every second of that. That felt like an experience. And I know this might be coming from a biased fan perspective, but again, I love the direction that they're going in terms of their music videos. It's not just this one thing. Like even GOAT, it has that vibe where you think you know what's happening, but then something snaps and then it feels like something else all over again. This is the same thing with Blow Your Cover. Like we've seen, like if you watch Two Heroes or their TV performance, then you would know that this is like the choreography. We've seen that before. I like that they didn't give away a lot when they released a teaser for this. But again, that felt like an experience because even if the choreography is something that fans have already seen prior to the music video, it still offered something different in terms of the mood, the way that they filmed things, and just the storytelling of the music video in general. And yeah, I mean, they have an amazing team behind them. And it's just super exciting that knowing how involved they are in the creative process of everything that they release, I'm just glad that they have a team behind them that are on board with this level of kind of like creativity and crispness. I'm not sure if we're gonna get like a behind the scenes thing for this one, since this is an EP, a digital release, and they're releasing the mini album numbering as well. So I'm not sure like how that would play out. Would there be, or would they have releases like this in the future where we just get the music video and not so much about the behind the scenes for that? I still don't know, since this is new territory for us fans and them as well, being in a new agency with all these other these newer things that are trying out. But I'm just so hyped, wondering about their next release after seeing GOAT, after seeing Blow Your Cover. They're going to be so amazing, and I just absolutely love where they're taking things so far. And I'm super excited for them, for their Coachella performance. I might make a video about that if possible, but I'm curious about what they're performing, what they're going to be wearing. So many exciting things. I saw that they're also going to release a dance performance video for Blow Your Cover, so I expect a reaction video of that as well. I'm not sure if I've talked about this earlier on in a video. I completely forgot. But anyways, so tell me down in the comments below your thoughts about this music video, what you love about it, your favorite part. what's your interpretation of the music video and this song? Let's talk it out down in the comments as we usually do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and you want to hear more from me, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon in a new one. Bye!